I stuck it out to the end.
Faced with the same foe, others might have folded, but this woman fought one of the country's largest debt collectors and won a significant settlement. Nearly 20,000 others in North Carolina did the exact same. And advocates say their experience should be a wake-up call for anyone who's ever signed up for a credit card.
And WCNC Charlotte's Nate Morabito learned one company in particular has repeatedly failed to follow the rules, all while demanding, where's the money?
It usually starts with a phone call or mail from a vaguely named company about past debt that tends to catch people off guard and leave them skeptical. After all, this is not the original company they first did business with. Instead, it's a company that bought their debt long after it went unpaid. Attorneys say the last thing consumers should do is ignore it or pay it. Instead, they should take it seriously and ask for help. A decision 25 years ago to open an H.H. Gregg credit card and save a few bucks on a couple TVs.
I actually had the cash to buy them, but they had a promotion going on.
Has cost Shari Spector dearly.
They sued, they sent a sheriff to my door. That did scare me.
Initially, just money.
It is not who I am.
But over time, maybe more devastating.
For the people that know me, would be so surprised.
Some of her confidence.
But they would not be surprised that I fought to the very end.
Today, she's just on the other side and desperate to help protect others.
That means something to me.
Records show early on, she made payments on the 2-year no-interest plan. But then her world came crumbling down. The Charlotte woman says she kept up for as long as she could after losing her job, but eventually had to make tough decisions.
Food, clothing, shelter. That's all that got paid.
Many years down the road, the phone started ringing.
They would call 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, 12, 1 o'clock at night.
Portfolio Recovery Associates claimed the company now owned her debt. At that point, her remaining balance sat at almost $2,800.
I was saying, I will do this. I owe the money, and I'm happy to pay it. But you have to prove that you own that debt. I'm not just going to give you money. I don't even know who you are.
That's when she enlisted the help of attorneys.
I wasn't avoiding anything. And then you come at me like that? No. No.
I wish they didn't exist.
Jason Pickler is with the North Carolina Justice Center.
They take these worthless debts and turn them into $1 billion business by getting civil judgments against poor people.
He's used his legal skills to help fight back on behalf of those people, filing a class action lawsuit against PRA, claiming the company failed to follow the rules in place at the time, and as a result, secured an almost $6 million settlement.
We definitely put some brakes on the runaway train.
But it's not just here.
This came out of the blue.
Our content partner across the country in Phoenix discovered PRA incorrectly tried to collect debt from a woman named Ann Munoz.
When you come after me wrongfully, I'm going to make as much noise as possible.
A judge there dismissed her case in January. These cases are not unusual. Just 2 years ago, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau ordered the same company, labeled a repeat offender, to pay more than $24 million, in part for illegal debt collection practices, noting the debt collection giant filed lawsuits even when it lacked documentation about the debt.
These companies shouldn't be allowed to do whatever they want.
A common theme in Shari Spector's case. With the North Carolina Justice Center's help, a judge eventually vacated the judgment against her.
I just have chills right now because just hearing that was just complete vindication.
Meanwhile, she secured a more than $5,000 settlement. For those who can't afford an attorney and are facing what feels like an insurmountable legal challenge, there are services in our area that might be able to help. The nonprofits, Legal Aid of North Carolina, and Charlotte Center for Legal Advocacy. As for Portfolio Recovery Associates, a spokesperson would not talk specifically about any case, but in a statement assured us the company follows strict local, state, and federal regulations and laws, while striving to act with integrity and treat customers with respect and empathy at all times. Nate Morabito, WCNC Charlotte.